Good afternoon and welcome to the next Chamber Chats. I'm Madonna Simmons, I'm a board member of the Townville Chamber of Commerce, and today I have Chris Briggs, the General Manager of Sealink North Queensland, and we are so happy to be here on the back of one of these beautiful vessels of Sealink. Welcome Chris, how are you?
Welcome.
So, what we're going to chat about today is really about the tourism industry, but also in particular about Magnetic Island and Sealink and how they have had to progress over the last few months during a COVID period. So Chris, tell us a little bit about what's happening in the past and now in the future as far as the COVID and Sealink and Magnetic Island.
So like many businesses up and down the coast that are involved in tourism, it hit us pretty hard. Our market share is split between regional market, domestic market and international, and of course most of that dried up. Come March and April we were reducing our services right down to just an essential service timetable supported by the Queensland Government, and it was a really difficult time for our staff and our business. So
obviously the international market, the domestic market, and has pretty much gone for now. As far as the Queensland market, the state government's actually done not a bad job in saying we're ready to go. So how have you, as far as Magnetic Island is concerned and Sealink, taken advantage of that?
It's certainly been a difficult course to chart. We've been staying close to our passenger numbers and where they're coming from. Predominantly the people that are travelling to Magnetic Island are regional people, so lots and lots of people coming out of Townsville and the surrounding areas. That's been a fantastic result that we've been focusing on. So our marketing campaign in the lead up to the school holidays was really focused on those locals who wanted to get out and move around again. And we did that in a collaborative approach with some of the well-known island businesses to give people a real understanding of what they can do on the island, the experiences they can have, reconnecting with Magnetic Island. Some people haven't been to the island for 20 years, and one of the most often spoken comments that we get, particularly from locals, as they're coming back off the island, they go, "I forgot how good that was. Why did I leave it so long?"
And it's always the way, what I found as a local myself is that every time I go to the island, I feel like I'm actually stepping into a different world. And I, over the years have always said, oh, thank God it's island time. And you feel a different sense of, calmness. It's also that the locals embrace the fact that you are on an island and it's not just a suburb of Townsville. So talk to me about the island and what's so great about it. I mean, you're saying that locals haven't been there for a while, so let's tell them what exactly the island is about.
So the island is sitting in the middle of a Great Barrier Reef World Heritage Area. It's an amazing place. It's a very beautiful island, and the breadth of experiences that are available over there's 23 beaches and bays to choose from. There's some fantastic award-winning tours like Aquascene that are available for people to get to see the island like they've never seen before, and Aquascene does things like a really unique little tour that is focused on the wrecks. Not too many people know about the wrecks that are
wrecks around the island.
Historic wrecks around the island that people visit. There's amazing sailing adventures to be done on Pilgrim Sailing. Claire and Paul, who own Pilgrim Sailing, loved Magnetic Island so much they've actually moved their business and now live on island full time. Mama Roma, one of the Italian restaurants on there. There's just such a myriad.
Been there.
You've been there?
And I've also been to the Mexican. I go to the Mexican all the time.
One of my favourites as well. Even some of the small cafes are absolutely amazing. Early Bird Cafe at Horseshoe is a beautiful place to have a breakfast feed, great coffee. But right across the island, every bay that you go to, Horseshoe Bay, Arcadia, Nellie Bay, Picnic Bay, there's a real range of places to go and eat and experiences to have. And the accommodation choices is absolutely fantastic. So we're very lucky on island. We've got so many different accommodation choices. The backpackers, of course, will come back to us. And I see that Bungalow Bay is starting to reshape their approach to market. They're starting to pursue the regional market, a fantastic spot at Horseshoe Bay. But we also work with Peppers for resort-style stays. You've also got beautiful homes that you can rent out through Best of Magnetic. So there's a real spread. And one of the things that we see that locals really love to do is get together with their family or as a group of families and go and stay together on the island and just chill out.
So my tradition as a family is Easter. Like, we have gone to the island forever and a day, and we actually call it the Easter Convention, where I think that the migration of locals and the regionals go over to the island. But what we want to see is more of that. We want to see that more often, and not necessarily just on holidays, as in the school holidays, but weekends. So are you finding that people are travelling now on the weekends and having a little bit extra time off?
We've certainly pushed hard to give people a reason to go to the island, and we're seeing a strong response in the regional market. So we are seeing Townsville people headed over early on a Friday, making the most of it, staying until Sunday afternoon, and they're getting into the restaurants and they're getting into the tours and they're staying in accommodation and really trying to lift the island. So we're very, very grateful for our local market.
So talk to me about the amount of times that you're going to the island on these wonderful vessels, and how long does it take? Just in case, because we do have a rotation population in Townsville. We know that Townsville generally has a 20% population rotate every year because we are a large public service sector. So for those who haven't been to the island, how long does it take to get there?
So it's a really short 20-minute ferry ride with Sealink, nice and quick. We drop you to the ferry terminal over there. The bus connection is there to meet the ferries. It's a really simple thing to do. We're now, despite the downturn from COVID, we've managed to get ourselves back to 14 services a day, and they kick off at 5:30 in the morning and run through into the early evening.
So with 14 services a day, I think there's plenty of opportunity for us to get to the island.
Absolutely.
And also, this is really about supporting local as well. As a Chamber of Commerce member, you know how important it is for us to support each other, not just during COVID, but every day of the week, to make sure that we are in that supply chain, keeping the money local. So talk to me just quickly about what Magnetic Island means to you and Sealink as far as supporting local goes.
The approach, so Magnetic Island is probably the jewel in the crown when it comes to tourism in North Queensland. We took the approach that we needed to get behind others in the business, work collaboratively. We could achieve so much more collaboratively, and that's why that marketing campaign shaped the way it shaped. It has been a fantastic result for us. I do think it's probably one of those periods in time where it's never been more important to focus locally. Getting out, visiting, reconnecting with all of those tourism attractions that we do have right here in our backyard, like Magnetic in Thailand, is super important.
So I'm going to actually throw a challenge out there to businesses, not just on the island, but in Townsville. I want businesses in Townsville to connect to the island businesses and vice versa. So as chamber members, what we should be doing is seeking out local businesses and how we can either do business with them or support them in regards to visitation or even word of mouth, promoting each other. So as far as Magnetic Island is concerned and Sealink is concerned, there's a wonderful future for you. I see that.
Yes, there is.
Even though COVID has come along, we know that this is only the start of collaboration and moving forward.
Yes.
As far as packages are concerned. And I also want to make sure that people know that it's 100% affordable. So just let's finish up on just giving us a wrap up of some pricing in regards to families.
Our family pricing is really, really good. You can get to the island, 2 adults, 3 kids for about $78.
Yep.
Online, you can go across to the island for $30. We run sunrise savers, really well discounted tickets. During the school holiday periods, there's even more offers. There's student offers. There's a whole range of ticket prices to be chosen from, and there's a fare for almost everyone.
And I know that if you buy one of those flexi tickets, you can go more often. So for me, that's what we do, is that makes us go more often. So we buy the flexi and we go more often and we enjoy Magnetic Island.
the locals who travel regularly always got a flexi in their wallet.
Yeah, there you go. So thank you again for listening to our Chamber Chats. I know that Sealink and Magnetic Island are doing everything they can during this COVID period, but please get on board, especially on this beautiful craft, and get to Magnetic Island.